this day of happy reunion for those who have been here before, and of hopeful and eager beginning for those who come to us for the first time, the university welcomes you, rejoices with those who return, and shares the hopefulness and the earnestness of the others. Let us resolve to join wholeheartedly in our work and play, to walk willingly and eagerly the way that is before us, and to help each other to a better way if a better presents itself to any of us. I say to you, above all things, be honest, men and women. Be honest with your bodies, and they will be clean.
Hey,
be honest
look at
with your minds,
Is
and
she
they will
or
be
isn't
clear. Be honest with your heart,
she's all right.
and they will
I
be
prefer
happy.
the one next door.
Let
She looks as though
honesty
she has something above the
be
ears.
the banner of our
She's got an
college
interesting head.
and our lives,
Yeah, she's
that
all right.
both may
You
flourish
want to meet her? Huh?
in purity
I'll fix it.
and in
Yeah?
peace.
Here she is now. Relax. Hello, beautiful. What are you doing in college?
I heard they needed people to fill up the classrooms, but I'm not beautiful. Where can I find the Dean of Women?
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Chemistry. The one course I came to take, and they say no.
Oh, this is my friend, Hal Evans. What's your name, beautiful?
Patricia Harper.
Well, Pat, Mr. Evans can get you anything you want around here. His father's a trustee. His grandfather was a trustee. His great-grandfather was a trustee. And, Hal, if you'll help this young lady out of her difficulty, maybe you'll grow up to be a trustee.
18 credits. That's enough for 2 freshmen. And an A in high school chemistry. Well, we could use a few students around here.
Hello, Hal.
Hello,
Hi,
Mildred.
Dan. I'm Mildred Stevens, president of Gamma Theta. I'm Patricia Harper. We're giving a party at our house tonight, Patricia. Would you like to come? I'd love to.
You wait right here. I'll fix this card for you.
You're a chemist. Now what would you like to do? Hello, Lucille.
Hello, Dan. You coming for house tomorrow night?
Oh, if I haven't anything better to do. Hello, beautiful. I suppose you came to college full of dreams of learning.
Perhaps.
You gonna drown yourself in a test tube?
Oh, I may come out of my huddle now and then and take a look at life.
Well, life's my big subject.
What branches are you specializing in?
Anatomy and botany. There are lots of interesting things to be learned from plant life.
Oh, you're learning about life from flowers.
Well, you made the best sorority on the campus, didn't you? Say, that's a swell modernistic house they've got. Let's dine tonight and celebrate.
Sorry. Got a paper to write.
What time tomorrow?
I'll let you know.
When?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I like tomorrow. Do you?
Maybe.
You came to me from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes, from nowhere, made every hour sweet as a flower to me. And if you should go,
Hello, Bing.
How's it, Dan?
back to your nowhere, leaving me with my memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love to me.
Well, you've made quite a hit with the boys, haven't you? I didn't notice any stampede. Hell, couldn't talk about anyone but you the whole time I was dancing with him. That must have been dull for you. Oh, here he comes looking for you, Pat. Do you mind if Dan and I disappear for a little talk? I could just bear up under it.
Oh, Pat.
Yes, sir. Well, I suppose you've been very busy?
I have been.
And what's that other gag line of yours? Oh, I'll phone you. Always good for a laugh. Well, it doesn't amuse me.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Peggy.
You'll be honest with me. Oh, well, I remember that one. I'll be honest with you, Peggy. You're the first girl I ever knew that I'd rather talk to than kiss.
Now, listen, Peggy. I got to thinking things over during vacation.
In between blondes?
You're different. I like you, Patricia.
Is that a compliment?
It was meant to be. I don't like most girls.
What's wrong with us?
Well, I don't know. You hardly ever find a girl that's interested in art, literature, good music.
You're too good for me. But I'll always hold you up as an ideal.
Well, see if you can hold me up for this dance.
You got eyes, you got face, you got size, you got face, you got charms, you got arms, you got love. You got feet, you got toes, you got styles, you got clothes. There's no mean, there's no sweet, you got love. You've got a perfect rating that's sure worth presenting.
I know it.
No use of debating about your style. You got this, you got that, you're not thin, you're not fat, you're just right, and I'm nice, you got love. May I have the pleasure? May I cut in?
May I cut in?
What?
You heard me.
Cut in? Oh, no, not a cent. But sorry, old man. All-American package.
What's the matter with him? I'm on his team.
Oh, he hurt you. Well, come on, we'll go out and get some air.
Listen,
Go ahead, I got plenty. They're my roommates.
I don't smoke.
You don't?
No. Big surprise?
Yes, it is. Surprised that I'm glad you don't. Ah, the lovers.
Aren't you sorry for them?
Are you?
They're not lovers.
Oh. They're just looking for it.
You can't be found in kisses.
I get the idea. You're different, aren't you?
No. Most girls feel the way I do about it. They don't really want a kiss. Things have changed so that we're afraid to let you know that.
I see what you mean. Hey, what do you know about this?
What?
I'm talking to you. I'm not trying to make love to you. I'm talking to you. And I'm not bored.
Is that so amazing?
Amazing? It's bewildering. I don't know where I am.
I'm honored.
Of course, I don't suppose you care, but do you know what I'd do if this were some other girl? You know what I'd do right now? Look, I'd reach for her hand. That's all I'd do.
Really?
Not another thing. Wouldn't have another thing in my mind. Except to kiss her next. Pat, you're the first girl I've ever met that I'd rather talk to than kiss. And of course, the lovely thing about this is that you've got the prettiest lips I ever saw.
I see what you're saying. I have the prettiest lips you ever saw. But you don't care about kissing them because you'd rather hear them talk.
See the idea?
Yes, I see the idea. But I don't believe you.
You don't?
No. I have eyes, too. There are lots of girls right here who have prettier lips than mine.
Name just one.
Peggy.
You're crazy. They can't be compared.
Look at them sometime.
Not interested. But of course, that's another charm you have. To be beautiful and not to know it? Oh, my dear, you've got everything.
Anyway, I wish I could believe the other thing.
What other thing?
That I was the only girl you ever knew that you'd rather talk to than make love to.
Don't you believe that, Pat?
No.
I'll never forgive you if you don't.
Oh, Dan.
Never. I've never said that to another girl before. And if you don't believe me, I'll never forgive you.
Please, make me believe you.
Now do you believe me?
Yes. Now I do.
Don't forget, dear. Tomorrow afternoon.
As if I could forget.
Good night, Pat.
Good night, Dan. You had a big night, didn't you? What do you mean? Don't give me that innocent stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You spent the whole evening chasing Hal and Dan. There are a few rules that are in the book, and you might as well learn the first one now. A sorority sister does not take another girl's man. Another girl's man? I'm talking about Dan. Oh, he likes to try his line on the new girls. Listen, dear, you're the first girl I ever met I'd rather talk to than kiss. I bet he told you that. But it's just a line. He still belongs to me. I didn't know, Peggy, honestly. Well, you know it now. house. Yes? Yes. Who is it?
It's Dan again.
For Pete's sake, Pat, will you talk to Dan? Give someone a chance to call us up? Might as well be living in the Grand Central Station.
Hello? Ask her if she's got a friend.
Oh, so you will talk to me at last. Listen, Pat.
Yes, I don't mind talking now. I don't care anymore, Dan.
Well, listen, dear. Look,
I've been all through this with you once, Dan. Why go all over it again?
well, listen, Pat. Listen, dear. Look, meet me and...
We've nothing to say. It would only be dull. I mean... No, I won't. I won't. I won't.
Pat! Pat!
Man, let's all take down her hair and cry.
Guess she didn't have a friend.
Hey, Frank, good night.
Well, what'd she say?
Just hung up.
So,
And that washes it up, too. Can't be telephoning forever.
All right, freshman, I'll answer.
Hello? Yes, this is Dan. Oh, hello, Peggy. Well, I've been awfully busy. Well, I'm studying right now.
so long, Dan. See you later.
Right. Well, I know, but... All right, meet me outside.
Sorry to take you away from your study.
Oh, that's all right, dear.
Nice car Hal has, isn't it, dear?
Yes, that's right, dear.
Beautiful weather we're having, isn't it, dear?
What?
This is Lover's Lane, dear.
What? Oh, so it is. Hello, Peggy. Would you like to take a walk?
Hey, Dan, watch your step. The cops are around tonight.
He's all right. Come on. He's getting... Get out. Well, that was a narrow one. That cop could make a lot of trouble for us if he knew who we were. Oh, well, it's Hal's car. Wouldn't it be funny when they start asking him questions?
My vanity case.
Where'd you lose it?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it's no use looking for it now. Come on, let's go.
And then we didn't love each other anymore.
Well, what happened?
He left for Chicago.
Must have been grand while it lasted.
It was. All right, Pat. Now it's your turn. Yes, let's see about your love life and make it good.
I'll shock you. Oh, don't be silly.
Well, I met John last spring. What was he like? He had the deepest voice. He was a foreigner. Whenever I saw him, I shivered all over. Was he a count? No, he was a nice man.
No fair. And I suppose your mother bought a Frigidaire. Oh, kidding aside, Pat, do you know the facts of life?
I'm learning.
Ah, a woman of affairs.
No, not that. But I do believe that if two people love each other, they don't need... Now, it's just a quaint old custom. I believe in the independence of women. Cast off the shackles of centuries. Freedom! Peggy.
Stagger in, Peggy, and join the choir.
Peggy.
You look like you've been dragged by a horse.
I know. She's killed a man. She's robbed a bank.
What on earth is the matter, Peggy? I'm sunk.
What's happened?
I had a date. I went for a ride.
I know, to pick dandelions.
You ought to know. I'm in a jam. Automobile accident. Oh, I'm laughing. It isn't a joke. It was out on Dunster Road. Dunster Road? That was stupid. Don't you know the Dean has made Dunster Road no man's land? Mildred, the Dean wants you on the telephone. What's the Dean? What do you suppose? Well, what got her out of bed? She couldn't have heard. Hello? Yes? This is Mildred Stevens. Are you sure it was one of our girls? Oh, dear. Yes? Yes, I will.
But you want to say?
Jean Margaret says she knows one of our girls was in that car. She wants to find out who it was. Well, let her find out for herself.
That's what I say.
You don't seem to realize this is serious. We've got to talk this over. Sure. Let's have a pleasant little chat. The Joke of the Month Club selects the latest creation of Peggy Wilson, well-known Gamma Theta humorist.
Well, it'll be the best seller on the campus. Everybody will be shrieking at us.
The Dean will jump for joy. She'll take away our privileges.
We won't be able to give any parties. Oh, heavenly days.
Worse than that. If we don't tell who it was, we all may be kicked out.
Kicked out? For her mistake? Adelaide.
We've got to tell.
To save our faces. Sure.
Well, Peggy? Sorry I mentioned it. It was quaint of me to look for help from you. The good name of our sorority comes first.
Don't go.
What right have you all to... Remember, you're only a freshman. You're not on the committee.
For you make me sick. You sit around and talk freedom, but you act like a bunch of narrow-minded harpies.
I'm afraid, Pat, you don't understand what it's all about.
Oh, I know. You don't think it's wrong for her to do what she did. You think it's wrong for her to be found out.
Not at all. Most of us here think it was wrong for her to do what she did. Oh, I know we talk a lot, but deep down, we think and act like the rest of the world. And deep down, Pat's like the rest of us.
I'm not a hypocrite.
Hold on there, sister. Them's harsh words.
Girls, Pat's right. We've got to stick by Peggy.
Let's call a meeting.
Why should we take the blame?
Well, we ought to stick by.
Oh,
you're crazy. You're only getting yourself down. What do you think the sorority for anyway? Well, if she's on to bed, one of you girls is the owner of this vanity case. Who is she?
Please don't let any false sense of loyalty keep you from telling. Don't make yourselves party to her offense. Otherwise, you'll compel me to suspend the entire chapter. Don't make me do that. Well, girls, I'm going to give you a chance to talk this over among yourselves. Remember, we must protect our standards from the few who would injure them.
Dean Lawbridge, that was my vanity case.
Thank you, Peggy. You may go to your classes. Who was with you in the car, Peggy? We know it wasn't Hal. Who was it?
It wouldn't help any to tell. He'd only be thrown out of college with me. It was all my fault. Oh, I shan't cry about it. I can only say, I'm sorry.
Well, Peggy, you'll have to leave college. And I'm sorry, too.
Just a minute. Here she is now. It's for you, Peggy. Hello?
Hello. Peggy, listen. I just heard. I didn't know they'd make it that tough. I'm going to the dean and tell...
It's grand of you, Dad. No use your getting involved. It wouldn't help me any. No, it wouldn't help.
I heard you come in.
I've been kicked out.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe it.
What are you crying about, Peggy? You've won Dan back, haven't you?
What do you mean?
He was with you. What do you think I mean?
How do you know that?
Because he loves you.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
He's always loved
He
you.
never loved me. He didn't want to take me out. I never saw anyone more unhappy. He was thinking of someone all the time. Yes. A lot of good I got out of it. I won't go home. I'll go to work first. I'll find a job.
I'm sorry, dear. I'm so sorry.
Well, what are you thinking about?
Hmm? Oh, nothing. Let's talk. I don't feel like thinking.
Oh, something I'd like to tell you, too.
Tell me.
What are you doing Christmas? Lots of us are going skiing in the mountains.
I don't think so. Who's going?
Dan, for one.
That's enough. I wouldn't go for anything.
But I wish you would. See, I'm leaving school this mid-year. I'm going into my father's law office.
Oh, are you?
And, I won't be able to see much more of you. Oh, come on, will you?
What? Yes, I'll go. Come on, Evelyn.
I'm sorry. It takes me hours to get ready. Well, when you look at the size of this room, you ought to see mine. I had to hang from the ceiling to get my trunk open.
It's just like being in a bridal suite. I feel so nervous.
Pat, how do you do it?
Hal fixed it for me.
Oh, you millions.
I hate their sons.
What's wrong with him?
They're dull.
I'd marry an idiot for $5 million.
Go on, kids. Hurry up. The ladies are going downstairs.
Thanks for me.
Going all the way to
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Dan.
Good to see you again. Alone. It's been a long while.
Has it?
Glad to see you.
Are you?
Are you?
Pleasant.
Want to go out skiing?
I am going.
Come on.
With Hal. Ready, Hal?
Yes.
You'd have more fun with me.
One. So long.
All right, let's get to battleship.
Hey, hang on. Will you?
It takes all winter. That's it. Give the big boy a
Wait a minute.
Hey, Hal.
Look at Benchley. Hey, boy. Hey. Hey, Watts, I'll fit you for this. Yes, and you too, Corn.
Oh.
Well, I got the worst of that.
I just say so.
Here.
Oh, look.
Track clear.
Isn't he marvelous?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Wait a minute. What's your hurry?
Come on. Down you go. I just had to get you alone.
I'm going back.
Oh, no, you're not. Not till you've heard what I have to say. You're angry with me because I was out with Peggy that night.
Weren't you?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was. When I heard she was thrown out, well, I wanted to tell, but she wouldn't let me. She said it wouldn't help any, and Lord knows I wanted to.
I'm not interested.
Oh, yes, you are. You're just being unfair. Terribly unfair.
How?
Well, I wouldn't have gone out with her that night if I could have seen you. But I was sore. Pat, you're the only one I care about, really. I felt just as badly about Peggy as anybody, but I can't forgive myself. Won't you, Pat?
I don't want to, Dan, but I can't help it.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute. Pat, wait. Wait a minute. Wait. got you alone.
Oh, no, you haven't. I'll call out the fire straight on you.
Oh, say, let's get him to give us some coffee.
No, we ought to be getting back.
Oh, come on. Oh, Bill Hoskins seems to be asleep.
Maybe he's just dead.
I got an idea.
What?
Let's open the door.
Can you?
Get it open.
Oh, look. Oh.
We'll be back 10 a.m. Wednesday. Bill Huskins, forest ranger.
We've missed seeing Bill.
And he won't be back until tomorrow. Isn't that a shame?
Oh, dear.
Don't tell me that's the stove.
And don't tell me this is coffee. It isn't.
Can't find a match.
We're doing well. Oh, coffee, look.
It's no good without a match.
What's that right there?
Where?
There.
Oh, there. Why, that's a match.
Go on, sit down. You're in my way. What are you thinking about?
That's right. But I'll bet you don't know what I'm thinking about you.
What?
How much I missed you.
It was nice to tell me lies, huh?
What do you mean?
What was it? Oh, yes. The one girl you didn't have to kiss.
Oh,
Peggy told me it worked with her, too.
does that mean I never could mean it?
No. She didn't. Not that night, anyway.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry I didn't. Because I meant it more then than I ever did before.
Guess I'd rather have you lie. You're more dangerous when you tell the truth.
You're a darling, Pat.
What do you want with me?
Tell me something first. Do you love me?
You know I do.
How much?
There isn't any more.
Darling.
Please, Dan. Keep away from me. You don't love me. Please don't hurt me. You'll only break my heart. You don't want to do that, do you?
I love you, Pat.
Please don't. Make me stand up and take me out of here. Please, Dan. Please.
Say, Bob, I got something hot. I was outside the dean's office, and I overheard Hal telling the dean that Dan was in the car with Peggy that night.
I always thought Hal was a little yellow, but I didn't think it'd peach on a pal like Dan. I wonder why he did it.
Dan took Pat away from him when they were up in the mountains, and Hal was plenty sore.
Wait till Dan and Pat hear about this.
Well, they're not going to hear about it, understand? This is between us.
Right.
Here, Dan's in a jam.
What's that?
The dean sent for him.
Oh, that looks bad. Sure, that looks...
Where's Dan?
He got a call from the dean's office. I hear he's in a jam.
I'm sorry. You've broken the rules, and they're not hard rules, just decent ones. Most of the student body uphold them. A few of you don't. And when you don't, our only choice is to ask you to leave college immediately.
Yes, sir.
Too bad about it, Dan. I wonder if I'll have to leave school. Have you heard any more about what the trouble is? How long did you get over there? Remember the day we paddled him?
Oh, what a beating Dan took.
Well, that was the day we put him out of his place.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was some paddle.
Come on, wipe that smile off your face.
Come on, take it like a man now. Atta boy.
I'll never forget the day he walked into the zoology class with a pillow under his arm.
Well, my dear, I'm simply bowled over. I can hardly believe it.
You mean Dan was actually fired?
Well, what for? The dean found out he was in the car with Peggy, so they kicked him right out.
Well, Dan had it coming to him.
Well, what's he going to do?
He'll surely leave town.
Well, naturally, he'll have to. I bet Pat'll feel awful. I wonder if she knows.
I don't suppose so.
How do you suppose the dean found out?
Oh, don't worry. He knows all and sees all.
Snoopy old thing. Well, it served Dan right. He's been getting away with murder for years.
He certainly has.
It must have been Peggy. She must have changed her mind. She must have told. Well, I don't blame her. She ought to hate me.
I don't say she did, but a jealous woman could.
Oh, sure. Well, I had it coming to me. Why don't I just get on a boat and go somewhere?
Yeah, why don't you?
Why don't I? A freighter. And just keep on going.
It's a swell chance to see the world.
Oh, what am I talking about? I haven't even car fare to New York. And I don't wire the old man either.
Say, wait a minute, Dan. I forgot, I've got $120. You're welcome to it.
No. I don't know when I could pay you back.
That's all right, you will someday. Here.
No.
Say, what good's a fraternity if we can't help each other, huh? We're brothers, aren't we? Come on.
Thanks. You're some pal. Telephone, Dan. Hello? Hello, Pat. I'm sorry I can't make it tonight, dear.
I have to see you, Dan. It's terribly important.
Well, I've got a lot to do, but if I get through, I'll give you a ring. Goodbye. Goodbye it is, Pat. Goodbye, dear.
So you're not going to see her again, huh?
No.
Will she care?
For a while.
That means she really loves you.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm almost in love with her.
I don't get that. I don't see if you're that near in love with her, how you can just leave and never see her again.
That's why I'm almost in love.
I get that, but why don't you say goodbye at least?
There'd be a scene. It'd be ugly. I'd rather remember her when she was happy.
Oh, I see that too, but she won't. If she cares that much, she's got a heartache coming.
Probably has. I'll miss her, too. Well, if that's the way it is, lad, that's the way it is.
Peggy, it took me 2 months to get up enough nerve to come back for these dresses.
You're living in town, aren't you?
Well, if you call it living, I'm a hostess in a tea room. I smile from 9 to 6. Oh, well, what's new with you?
Nothing.
How's Dan? All right, I guess. What's wrong with you, Pat?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Where is Dan?
I don't know.
When did you see him last?
Getting in a cab. Bags packed. And in a hurry.
Peggy, what am I going to do?
Well, you can do one of two things.
Oh.
Hal still love you?
Ah, the prodigal daughter.
Oh, hello.
Better just Pat. Better step on it, Pat.
I don't think I'll go. I don't feel quite up to it.
What? Missed this dance?
Got a headache.
Oh, that's too bad. Sorry you won't be with us. It's going to be real interesting for little Adelaide. Wait till the boys get a load of this. Makes the old pulses beat faster. And before the band plays Home Sweet Home tonight, little Adelaide walks out of here engaged to be married. I still know why.
I couldn't do that, what you said to anyone. Why not? It'd be a rotten thing to do. Listen, Pat, you've got to think of yourself first now. And I'll bet Hal will be glad to get you. But in the engaging mood that Adelaide's in tonight, she'll probably get him if you don't. Take that dress off. What are you doing? You're going down there. And when you come back, you're engaged. You've got to do it.
But Peggy,
It tunes up the pulses. But what'll I tell him? Let him do the talking. The lips. Come on, more fire on the lips.
Oh, no.
You've got to, darling. Come on.
Oh, but Peggy, I can't.
You've got to do it, dear. You've got to do it.
Peggy.
If I cut in, Hal?
Oh, no, not at all. May I have this one?
I don't feel like dancing. Let's sit this one out.
Why?
well, did you pass your exam?
Yes, I graduate tomorrow. What do you do with yourself when school is over? Go home?
Yes.
Then what happens?
Nothing.
I'm going away. I'm going to take a trip.
That'll be nice.
Oh, no, it won't.
Why not?
I'm unhappy. Don't you know that?
What about?
Don't you know that, too? Listen, Pat, if I got a chance, any chance at all,
I couldn't.
Well, he asked me. And? I refused. You mean you didn't have the courage to tell him? Maybe. I don't know. Write him. Oh, Peggy. And then if he loves you as much as I think he does, he'll understand. Oh, believe me, dear, it'll turn out great. Come on. Give it to me. I'll take it to him.
Hello, Peggy.
I want to talk to you. It's about Pat. Oh, come in the reception room. I just left her. Oh, she's crying her head off. Oh, sure, she still loves Dan, but you've got a chance if you do it right.
I haven't got a chance in the world.
Now, listen. You let her know that you know Dan is still in her heart, see? And tell her that's all right with you. And just see what happens. Or maybe you don't want her that way, do you?
Peggy, I want her anyway.
Well, I'll send her right down. And don't expect any presents from me. He's in the reception room.
make you forget, Dan, dear. Don't worry.
Peggy Wilson to see you, ma'am. Tell her I'll be right down. Peggy, why didn't you give Hal the letter?
How did you know I didn't?
So you didn't, eh? Why not, Peggy?
Do you think he'd have married you if I had?
Rather he hadn't than have to tell him now.
You're crazy if you tell him.
Well, I've got to face it sometime.
Why? He'll never know from me. And Dan's in the jungles of South America. If he ever did come back, he'd be the last person to say anything.
You think that's all there is to it? How do you think I'm going to feel knowing this? Peggy, I've got to tell him.
You'll wreck him if you do. Hal is just beginning to make a career for himself. And a blow like that might smash you to pieces.
I can't go on like this. It's horrible to fool him.
You've got to.
I can't. Can't you see what I'm up against?
How's the baby? All well and happy, Don't be a fool, Pat. Well, I've got to run. I'll see you soon. So long, Peggy.
Legal relief, but the evidence shows her right.
Hello, Hal.
Well, hello, Dan. Welcome home. Say, where'd you drop from?
South America, boy. Brazil, Rio.
That'll be all for today. Well, I can't get it yet. And you're looking fine. When'd you get back?
Just this morning. You're the first one I've seen.
Don't tell me you're in trouble already.
You're all wrong. Here's the money I owe you.
That isn't why you came to see me, is it?
I'd have come here just as fast if you'd owed me money. When I pay that, I'm even with the world, financially.
Yes, Mr. Evans?
Telephone Mrs. Evans and tell her I'm bringing a guest home to dinner tonight.
What's that?
Well, you're coming to dinner, aren't you?
Yes, sure, but what's that about Mrs. Evans? Don't tell me that...
Now, don't ask any questions. You're going to meet her tonight at dinner. We'd better get started, too.
Thanks for that loan, Hal.
Are you sure you can spare it?
6 months ago, I couldn't. It's different today. I got a great break.
Well, come on, let's go.
All right.
Like it?
Yeah, a lot.
She did it all.
She did. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky, what?
You don't envy me, do you, Dan?
Yes, I do. Could use a home of my own.
Lots of girls still left, you know.
Yes, that's right. But I'm afraid I've learned something since I've been away.
What's that?
There's only one girl could arrange all this for me.
Some girl you met in your travels?
No. A girl I left behind me.
Do I know her?
Yes, you know her. But I'm almost afraid to ask what's become of her.
Who?
Pat. Where is she?
Well, she's still around.
Where's she living?
Quite near here.
Well, look. She might come over here tonight if you asked her, huh?
Yeah, I might be able to arrange it.
Go ahead. Let's surprise her. Don't tell her I'm here. It might queer it.
Why?
Well, you remember, I just left her, and that couldn't have made much of a hit with her. How's she to know how I feel about her now?
You fell in love with her through memory, huh?
You can put it that way.
What makes you think she's still hurt? Couldn't she have forgotten all about you?
No, I don't think so. No, she hasn't forgotten. Peggy and the others, sure. Not her.
Do you mean to say that Pat was like Peggy and the others? Did you say that you and Pat had been...
She thought I was going to marry her. I'll never understand why I didn't know that I was in love with her then. Never.
So you've come back, looking for her.
Am I?
I suppose to begin again where you left off.
No, I told you. To be my wife.
There she is, Dan. Here's my wife. And I suppose you two remember each other.
Let me see. Of course. It's been a long while. But I remember you. Hello.
Married. Huh?
Oh, didn't Hal tell you?
He tells me that you were...
Hal, listen.
Isn't that what you said? Yes, that's what he told me. And what are you going to tell me?
He told you the truth. Oh, dear, what a relief. I'm so glad you know. So glad.
Well, it's hard to believe, Pat, that you could have married me and never said a word.
I didn't. I thought you knew.
Yes, you did.
I did. I didn't know until today that you didn't know.
What are you talking about?
I gave Peggy a letter to give to you that night after you asked me to marry you. It explained everything. She didn't give it to you. And I didn't know that until today.
I don't believe you.
Oh, but you will. Because I'm going to tell you more. And this is hard to tell. This is really hard. But it's the truth, and you're going to hear it.
What do you mean? What is it?
Hello. Hello, Mama.
Hello, dear.
Mommy, nurse says I gotta go to bed.
Nurse is right, dear.
Where did you get the boat?
Nurse got it for me.
You better go now, dear.
Good night, Mommy.
Good night, dear.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night.
This is Mr. Carter, dear.
Hello, man.
Hello, lad.
Nurse wants me to go to bed.
Well, then you better go, Skipper.
Good night. Good night, man.
Good night, Skipper.
I like you.
Come along.
Good night.
Well, Harry, it was all in the letter you never got. I never intended to hurt you. That's all over with now. What do you want? Divorce?
I hope he does, Pat. Because I've come back to marry you, and that's all I've come back for.
Well, you won't get a divorce, do you hear me? You won't get it. Make a laughing stock out of me, huh? Not a chance. And you're not going to run away with him either, because if you do, I'll get even with you. I'll tell the world about this scandal. I'll fix it so that son of yours will never want to look anyone in the face as long as he lives.
Oh, no, you won't. Don't be afraid of him, Pat. I've come back here to get you
I'm
and...
not afraid of him. Before I go away with you, I'll go in the streets first and rock there and like it.
You don't get me, Pat. I'm in love with you.
Oh, are you?
Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps you never were in love with me. Is that what you mean?
Once, of course. But you were never in love with me. All those things you said never meant a word. And you just vanished. Just like that.
Suppose you knew I loved you now. What would happen then?
Not a thing.
That's final, huh?
Oh, my.
Listen. Listen, dear. That's the end of another love story. And you're right. I didn't fall in love with you until I was far away from you. I don't know why it happened that way. It just did. And you can always remember this if you want to. I'll always be in love with you.
Dinner is served, ma'am.
Goodbye.
Oh, but you're having dinner with us.
Dinner?
Life must go on, I suppose.
Yes. I suppose so, but some other time. Goodbye. Goodbye, Dan.
Oh, but Dan. Seems so silly not to dine. It's all ready and...
I understand, Pat. But I'm on my way just the same. Goodbye again.
Dan, you must stay. I mean, please.
Well, why, Pat?
Because I want him to. I mean...
Just what you said. You want him to.
I didn't mean it that way.
Well, what way do you mean it?
I mean... Yes, I do mean it. Just the way you think I mean it. I didn't mean a word of what I told him before either. I love him just as much as I ever did. And do you think I believe he loves me now? No. I'd do anything to kill my love for him. But I can't. It's in my blood. I can't get rid of it. It's in me. It is me. And I'd rather be dead than live without him anymore. But I won't.
No, you won't. And you won't be sorry either. Hal, I'm taking you with me.
There's nothing I can do about it. You've licked me this time. And the party's over.
And those 3 years. All over. Pat, do you hear? It's me. Listen. Look at me, Pat. Look.
I'm looking.
Now do you believe I love you? Now do you? Say you do.
I guess I do.
Say it.
You say it first.
I love you.
Oh, Dan.
Now do you believe?
Yes, I do. But I'll say it again.
Oh, darling. Darling.